I don't think we're going to be able to do it this time. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. We're not going to be able to go on the internet and express our opinion on who won this trade, who got fleeced, things like that. Because what the Cleveland Cavaliers and Utah Jazz have done, they have both got off better from this trade. Now, if you somehow missed it, Donovan Mitchell was traded from the Utah Jazz to the Cleveland Cavaliers this offseason. And in return, the Jazz got Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, and a multitude of first-round picks and pick swaps. Now, obviously, the Cleveland Cavaliers were trying to make themselves a title contender, and they seem to have done that. But on the other side, the Utah Jazz, this trade, when you first look at it, you think, okay, that's going to send them to purgatory. That's going to make them a lottery team. That hasn't been the case so far this year. And it's crazy because the Jazz aren't supposed to be able to do this. The Jazz have a new coach, first-year coach. The Jazz have a collection of guys that haven't played together before. And they don't, when you first look at the paper, they don't have a great shot creator on that team. Now, obviously, Lauri Markkanen and Jordan Clarkson are changing that aspect for a lot of people in the way they view that team. But just looking at it at first, that's not what you would have thought. So you think about this and you say, okay, they're not really a title contender, but they could be a playoff team. How have they benefited from this trade? Because that's just back to where they were. Now what you have is the Jazz, who have built a great foundation and a collection of guys that play well together, which sets you up for one trade away or one big free agency signing away, which I guess that doesn't really happen in Utah, but one big move away from being a championship contender, like what the Toronto Raptors did with Kawhi Leonard in 2018 before they won a 2019 championship, or what the Phoenix Suns did before getting Chris Paul in a trade. You could also say the Nets, who had a great foundation before Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving got there, but that actually hasn't worked out well so far. But on the other side, the Cleveland Cavaliers they now have one of the best starting fives in the NBA. Now, they were already a good team. They were a playing team last year, and they actually should have been a little bit higher, but they just got hurt, at the end of that year. They were a playing team last year, and so they make this move, which now gets them just a multitude of scoring options on that side of the ball, because you have these two guards, Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell now, who both can create their own shot and create shots for other people on that team. And you got these two lanky forwards, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, who can play defense and score the ball just as well as most bigs in the NBA, especially Evan Mobley, who can score from many ways inside that perimeter. On top of having that top five, you have Karis LeVert, who's one of the best six men in the NBA because he can also create his shot. And so you have all of these guys together, but you also have a set of collection of forwards in Kevin Love and one of the Lopez brothers. And you can run your offense in any way that you want because you can just swap those guys out and not lose that much productivity on that end. And that seems to be working for teams like, the New Orleans Pelicans, who also have that type of situation. That seems to be working well because you can just play your game throughout the entire game and not have a drop-off. So you got to give a shout-out to J.B. Bickerstaff and the Cleveland Cavalier front office, but you can also do the same thing for the Utah Jazz and Danny Ainge and what he's done on that side for them, because the Jazz have got off well in this trade. They got off really well in this trade. They have Jordan Clarkson and Lauri Markkanen, who are just shooting out of this world right now. And the Cleveland Cavaliers have Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, who are also shooting out of this world right now. Darius Garland has been hurt most of this season with an eye injury, but when he came back in his first game back, he just lit it up from outside to beat the Celtics, who are considered one of the top two teams in the East right now. And then you got Donovan Mitchell averaging 30 points. So it's all around been a great trade for both sides. What it's looking like right now, there was no fleece. There's no necessarily winner over the other in this one. Both of these teams have got off unscathed in this one, and they're set up better for their future. Thanks for watching this video. If you made it this far, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, I have a podcast called Rip Jersey. Follow that, add it to your playlist, listen to it wherever you can. Thanks for watching again. Peace.